avec élégance. Balancez-moi ça. Moi ça, balancez-moi ça. Allons-y.
My name is Blaise Zeta. Blaise, B-L-A-I-S-E, Zeta, N-Z-E-D-A. I'm from Douala, Cameroon. I was born in Douala and grew up in Douala, Cameroon, but actually my parents came out of Western Cameroon.
What's your profession?
I am an oil and gas professional. I'm a drilling manager for Wintershall, the German oil and gas operator.
Great. Why did you attend the 2014 CPS Congress?
Well, this is a great opportunity to actually network with my fellow Cameroonians, fellow professionals, and actually I live right here in Houston but work in the Middle East, so I thought really this was an opportunity to meet other trades and listen about the discussions, what is going on, how we can actually develop our countries, and listen about what people are actually doing these days, and how we can actually bundle all that to help our country move ahead, improve itself. So that's the reason why I'm here today. So for the people, for the country, and for Cameroon as a whole.
What is your take away from this event so far?
My takeaway, it's been really good so far, because there was a really good mixture of entrepreneurs and professionals working for global companies. And so far I've listened to few debates and panel sessions that I thought were quite interesting, and talking about what to do, setting up a business in Africa or in general, or even in Cameroon in particular. And also, one thing that I liked was early on how we can actually improve the local contents when working in oil and gas or other businesses in Africa. So what actually local content means, and how that contributes to the development of the continent and the country as.
Would you recommend the CPS Congress to other professionals?
Absolutely. I will definitely recommend to attend, and because this is the first step to getting to know other professionals from Cameroon working in the US or living in the US and working around the world. And then because once we meet and start the discussion, my hope is that that discussion will actually get us to work on very specific projects that can be implemented in Cameroon, and hopefully even move policies and towards more openness to businesses, and then ultimately to the development of the country as a whole. So really, I will recommend this anytime.
Great, thank you very much for attending our event.
Okay. You're welcome.
Hi, thank you for attending the CPS Congress. What's your name, where you from Cameroon, and your profession?
My name is Charles Agbo. I spelled the last name, Alpha Girl Boy Orange Red. I am from Manu, from a little village called Ewele in Manu, southwest region, but I was born in Mendankwe in Bamenda. Grew up in Limbe, Boya, went to school in PSS Kumba.
What's your profession?
I am the CEO of a new kind of medical company for Cameroon, actually incorporated in the US, called My Doctor International / My Doctor Cameroon.
Why did you attend this CPS Congress today?
My eye has been on this since 3 years ago, because Dr. Rita, Dennis, asked me to come and speak about this company while I was doing some research on it, and I told him I have nothing but theory. And last year I was contacted again by Dennis again, and I said, well, I have just a few test cases. I am trying to pivot. And this year, kind of late, Bonito called me probably 2-3 times, and finally I said, okay, yes, I can. I really do have something to talk about.
Okay. What is your takeaway from this Congress so far?
I find that we have all the ingredients to make Cameroon vibrant in the business sector. We have the intelligence. We have, if we are blessed enough to do a lot of working with each other, and propel what we think can be a vibrant Cameroon tomorrow.
Would you recommend this event to other professionals?
Yes, actually I have, and I think I told them quite late, and they didn't want to come. One of the things they knock about us in the Cameroon groups is we go to our groups and we talk about our titles, and we eat, drink, fight, and we go away. This is more purposely professional thing where people come and talk about what they think of doing, what they have done, and share their knowledge, and it really is. It lends a lot of credence to nation building.
Which was your favorite panel discussion or a panel discussion that was beneficial to you so far?
You know, there are probably two, but the first one I think was the energy part, which talked about including people where the thing is happening. We didn't go far enough because we should talk about those people in the local areas where we find those energy resources. The second one, which I think probably could have been done differently, is the one about entrepreneurs. And I say that because I didn't think we exploited the fact that when Cameroon was first born in 1960 to maybe in the 70s, we had cooperatives that really propelled the agricultural sector. We screwed that up. And I think we already know about cooperative. We probably need to revisit that, and that might help answer some of the questions in the agricultural sector.
Thank you very much for attending the CPS 2014 Congress.
Thank you, and I'll do it again. I'm going to become a member.
Thank you for attending the CPS 2014 Congress. What is your name, where are you from Cameroon, and your profession?
My name is Elizabeth Elango Bindliff. I am from Bafo. I'm Bafo originally. I'm from the southwest province of Cameroon. My mother is from the northwest, so I claim many parts, but I grew up in Douala.
How do you spell your name?
I spell my name Elizabeth, and then Elango, E-L-A-N-G-O, and Bindliff, B-I-N-T-L-I-F-F. Africa programs at Heifer International.
Okay. What is your takeaway from this event so far?
Well, I've only been here, through the morning, and it's been a fantastic event so far. It's been invigorating for me personally to be in the company of fellow Cameroonians and to really be in a forum where we're able to talk about the issues that are affecting Cameroon in a real way. And in a results-oriented way. I think there's a tremendous value in convening and bringing together thought leaders, really, which I think we all are, to be able to talk about solutions to the challenges that face our country.
Would you recommend this event to other professionals?
I absolutely would recommend this event to other professionals. I think Cameroonians within the continent, within the country, and in the diaspora have a great responsibility to invest in the future of our country. It's not enough to move out of the country. Most of us still have family there. Some of us hope to retire there. So the future of the country is still a stake that we need to continue to invest in.
Which of the panel discussions so far has been most interesting or beneficial to you?
Well, I keynoted this morning's panel on agriculture, and we talked a lot about women in agriculture, and that was it's a big passion of mine, so I enjoyed doing that. But I have to say, there's a whole different part of me that is really drawn to creative things. So the panel that's about to wrap up on the arts, we had a gentleman in there who gave a beautiful poem, and then we have a woman who is trying to encourage design, and we have a woman who is also in the culinary arts. All of that is the stuff that feeds my soul. So for me, that was a very exciting conversation to be a part of.
Thank you very much for attending the CPS 2014 Congress, and thank you for completing this interview.
It really is my honor. Thank you.
Thank you very much for attending the CPS Distinguished Annual Congress. What is your name, where are you from Cameroon, and your profession?
Thank you so much. My name is Sister Jethro Kenglefak. I spell it J-E-T-H-R-O for Jethro and N-K-E-N-G-L-E-F-A-C for Kenglefak. I am Cameroonian. I hail originally from the southwest region, typically Fontaine, close to Chang. I joined the Tertiary Sisters of St. Francis, which is a local congregation since 1998. They have a base in Shisong, Kumbo, Northwest region. And since 1998, I've been with the sisters. I am presently working at the Cardiac Center of St. Elizabeth's Catholic General Hospital, Shisa. That's it. As a general manager.
What is your takeaway so far from this CPS Congress?
My God, I was just trying to reflect about what is going on. And if there's something I will take away, is the strong motivation to go ahead. Why? Because we have a lot of problems. We have a lot of difficulties. We have a lot of challenges. But when I hear other people speak and share their experience and what they're going through, and yet their motivation to move ahead, I'm like, there might be, like the Bible says it, we are in difficulties on every side, but never consumed. So I'm very sure with the courage and the motivation I'm getting from here, I'll push on ahead.
Would you recommend this event to other professionals in Cameroon or anywhere else? And why?
Somebody asked the question, why was this not in Cameroon? And I would say I should have asked that same question too, if somebody did not ask. Because I looked at the hall, everybody is so wonderful, so gifted. And I was like, I wish there were many people, rather than just maybe 2 or 3 or 4 of us from Cameroon. The country is big, 22 million. We know that we can make our own impressions about what we have learned. But the bigger, the better. And the more people you get involved, the more people will change their minds and their attitude towards the way they approach things. So if I have to say something, I wish and pray for many sponsors to support this program so that they come into Cameroon and talk to a lot of population about what is going on and even sharing these innovative ideas about how to move on ahead.
I know you came all the way from Cameroon, from Shishon Cardiac Center. What, as a representative of Shishon Cardiac Center, as a general manager, how can an event like this add value to Shishon?
There is a lot. I should confess, there is a lot that is going to happen. First, to me, as an administrator, I'm already learning too many things, and I was trying to figure out a kind of plan for the next year: strategy building, innovations, motivation, personnel building, new recruits, training, education, and even challenging my workers to be able to build up new things for the sake of the patients. The event has also exposed me a lot to many people and many institutions and many organizations. I should say this was like a peg in a square hole, a square peg in a square hole for this particular period. I'm going to talk to all those people who are in there. They will hear about what we are doing. They certainly have relations in Cameroon. They certainly have connections within the US and other parts of the world. So it's like using one stone to shoot all the birds on the tree. So I'm really grateful for this opportunity.
Which of the panel discussions so far has been your favorite or you found beneficial to you?
Everybody has been doing so far so well. I admired the entrepreneurial presentations, but I should say I've been caught up by the past presentation of the young people. I call them the young entrepreneurs, or those individuals who came up to tell their story. And I'm like, these are people of almost my age group, so why can't I be the same? Why should I be shy? Oh, I just need to dream the right dream at the right time and get to the right people and the right place, no matter the financial resources. If you start with 0, tomorrow 0 will become 1. So that was my best panel that just passed, and I love the skills.
The arts panel.
The arts panel, that's right.
Okay, and the panel on learning about starting a business in food industry, as well as fashion.
Yeah, small business, micro businesses.
And art and entertainment industry. Excellent.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for attending the CPS 2014 Congress, and thank you very much for completing this interview.
I will never stop thanking you and stop praying for the success of CPS.
Thank you for attending the CPS 2014 Congress here in Houston, Texas.
Thank you.
What's your name? Where are you from Cameroon, and your profession?
My name is Sandra Fondufe. I'm from the Salt Tribe in Cameroon, and I'm the youngest published author from Cameroon. I also happen to be an actress, a vlogger for African Girl Answers, and a blogger for African Girl Answers.
Spell your last name.
Fondufe is F as in Frank, O as in orange, N as in nice, space, D for dog, U for umbrella, F for Frank, and E for elephant.
What is your takeaway from this event so far?
I think it's amazing. I got to hear some amazing things and got to understand that as much as you think you're different doing this thing on your own, there's people just like you who are trying to figure it out. And I think it's high time that we kind of see how we can work together. And I think this is what this thing does, and I love it.
Would you recommend this event to other professionals?
Absolutely, absolutely. As I aforementioned, we all feel when we're, trying to work through our careers, we all feel that we're unique in it because we're going through problems and difficulties. But when you get to meet other people who are experiencing the same things in whatever field they are and listen to them speak, I'm a big fan of communication. I always know that there's a solution to a problem when we are talking about it. And I think that's why any professional from Cameroon should be coming to one of these.
As an author, actress, I'm sure you look like you're going towards the entrepreneur route.
Right.
How does an event like this add value to your career goals?
Two things. The first one would be networking. Like I said, we as Africans, especially Cameroonians, because other African countries have figured it out, we need to figure out how to work together. I would never stop talking about that because it's so true. So attending an event like this is so big for me because I get to meet people, and I'm a people lover. I love people, and that's the first step in everything that I do. And the second thing would be just, I love to travel. Might as well come have a good time and,
Which of the panel discussions has been beneficial to you so far or has the most interest to you?
I have not been here for that long, but I definitely picked up two things. And the first one was the speaker who had the restaurant. I loved her. It was so inspirational. And I love the fact that she's an older generation of the African women doing the exact things that I want to see more younger African women doing. And there was a last person who was speaking before I walked out, speaking about doing a telecommunications business that was raising millions of dollars, which is great because the richest man on earth right now owns a telecoms company. So I thought it was really good to see an African doing that.
Well, thank you very much for attending the CPS 2014 Congress, and thank you for completing this interview.
Thank you very much. I'm available on social media. You can find me at Sandra Fondufe on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Pretty much my website everywhere, and I love you guys. You guys are awesome.
Thank you for attending the CPS 2014 Congress here in Houston, Texas.
My
What
pleasure.
is your name, where you from Cameroon, and your profession?
My name is Stefano. I'm from Cameroon, and I work for the Federal Aviation Administration in the capacity of Facility Management Coordinator for the Houston Area Traffic Control Center.
What part of Cameroon are you from?
From Bangante.
Spell your name.
My name is spelled STEPHANOUYONKEU.
Oh. What is your takeaway from this event so far?
This is a very enriching experience. It certainly meets and exceeds my expectations. And sincerely, I think this is something long overdue in our community.
Would you recommend this event to other professionals, and why?
Oh, most certainly, without reservation. And I think anyone who is not part of this moving train is certainly missing out on a lot of things, and certainly holding back progress in Cameroon as well.
Which of the panel discussion has been beneficial to you or has been of greatest interest to you so far?
Absolutely all of them, without reservation. They've been very enlightening and quite informative and educational at the same time.
As a professional attending this Congress, how does this add value to your profession or any professional in general?
Well, obviously, you get to learn a lot about starting up a business, and also it teaches you to be mindful of the traps, the hurdles along the way, and so as to avoid hoops. And by avoiding hoops, you actually gain on time.
Thank you very much for attending the CPS 2014 Congress, and thank you for completing this interview.
My pleasure, and congratulations for a show well done.
Thank you for attending the CPS 2014 Congress in Houston, Texas. So tell me about you. What is your name? How old are you? Where do you go to school? What's your grade? level. And what part of Cameroon are you from?
I'm Rita Yonka, RITAYONKEU, and I'm 12 years old, currently going into the 7th grade at Struck Intermediate School. My dad's mother is from Bangade, and my mom's mother is from Kribi.
Africa. How old are you?
12.
So what are you doing here at CPS Congress today?
I'm volunteering at the registration table and the silent auction, and I'm also helping around in the back.
Do you believe it was valuable to you to come to the CPS Congress as a volunteer?
Very valuable, because we needed people to work while everybody else was doing their own thing and sitting in the room and working and watching the speakers.
Would you recommend this CPS Congress to your friends, to your peers?
I would, because I have a lot of friends in the Cameroonian community, and we like to help around, and we're also very active in our community.
Thank you very much for this interview, and thank you for attending the CPS 2014 Congress and volunteering to assist us. Attending the CPS 2014 Congress here in Houston, Texas. So what is your name, where are you from Cameroon, and your profession?
My name is Pascal Sama. I'm originally from Yaoundé, but I stay in Atlanta. I've been in the United States for 13 years. My profession, I work for AT&T as a network engineer, and I've worked with AT&T for about 2 years now.
How do you spell your name?
Pascal, that's my first name, and my last name is NTSMA.
Takeaway from this event so far?
Oh, the takeaway is really enormous, because I've been thinking, right when I started working, I've been thinking of creating a networking group for young African professionals. And then one of the CPS members that happened to work with AT&T and got hired at the same time with me actually introduced me to these organizations. And it's really great, because now I'm benefiting by learning from more experienced professionals, and at the same time accomplishing the dream which I had, which was to network with Cameroonian and African professionals.
Would you recommend this event to other professionals?
Definitely. I would recommend this beyond even the Cameroonian community, because there are a lot of other cultures and people seeking for opportunities in Africa, and this would be a good way to bring that knowledge to them.
As a professional attending the CPS Congress, how does this add value to you as a professional in general?
In general, you get to interact with people that have a lot of experience in their respective professional field, and that alone is a really a great value add. And beyond that, it's a good way to socialize and learn your culture, and also see how the people in your culture are progressing in another, in the United States and in Cameroon.
Which of the panel discussions so far has been beneficial to you, or do you find the most interesting?
So far, I think the local content was a very interesting topic, which I think if I had not attended this event, I wouldn't have learned about it until I don't know when. But it was very important, because it basically taught me what you need to be successful as a business person in Africa.
Thank you very much for attending the CPS 2014 Congress, and thank you for completing this interview. Attending
Thank you very
the
much.
CPS 2014 Congress here in Houston. What is your name? Where are you from Cameroon, and your profession?
My name is Allan Monkam, A-L-A-I-N, Monkam, M-O-N-K-A-M. I was born and raised in Yaoundé, Cameroon. I'm an investment professional. I do merger and acquisition and run the security portfolio for a bank holding company. So.
What is your takeaway from this Congress so far?
Pretty impressed. I think, we had some sharp, speakers, and obviously, I was a part of the launch of this group, and I haven't been able to attend the last 3 years, and I'm really glad to to be here, and I think so far, you know, it's been really successful. Yeah.
Would you recommend this event to other professionals?
Oh, sure, sure. I mean, every time you attend the CPS Congress, you always you always go back home with a better view of your own country, you know, on myself, you know, investment ideas, and also, you know, network. So I think it's definitely, you know, a plus for anybody who would like to succeed.
As a professional, how does attending an event like the CPS Congress add value to you?
Like I said earlier, I mean, I work in investment, and you know, one of our sub company has operation in Rwanda in coffee. So, you know, I love talking about investment ideas, strategies, and stuff like that. So it's always a good academic exercise to listen to shop, you know, people who've done it, who are doing it, or think about doing it. So.
Which of the panel discussions has been beneficial to you so far, or you've had I guess, the greatest interest in?
I think Elizabeth, she was really sharp, you know, talking about the whole woman empowerment thing. She threw some stat that I was not aware of, you know, and also the one going on right now with running a business in Africa. I think it's we always have that idea of, you know, investing back home. So yeah, that's what I can pinpoint there.
Thank you very much for attending the CPS 2014 Congress, and thank you for completing this interview.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you for attending the CPS 2014 Congress. And what's your name? Where are you from Cameroon, and your profession?
My name is Sidouane Pacha, S-I-D-O-U-A-N-E, P-A-T-C-H-A. I'm from Mesam Division in the Northwest Province, an origin from Mancon.
What is your profession?
I'm a master's student at Michigan Technological University. My major is technical communication, and I also serve as a graduate teaching instructor. I teach organizational communication, and I teach English composition. That's what I do.
Career goals?
So actually, I'm looking forward to being a corporate communications officer. And I'm working so hard to amassing skills in web design and graphic design because I love creativity. I also love to sing, and I love to write a lot. So those are things I'm really working hard. I'm so happy to be here because I got a lot of information that I need to do just that.
Which brings me to my next question. What did you take away from this event so far?
Oh, there's just so much to take away. First of all, it's quite a good initiative being present here. It's my first time here at the Cameroon Professionals Society. It's quite interesting to see that Cameroonians come together to talk about how to develop the country, which is something that I really like. And I also appreciate the fact that there were some youth, young people like me, with such big dreams, with so many things to offer. And well, yeah, back to your question. What I got was the fact that when you have a dream, you can pursue it. That you have to be consistent, you have to be persistent, you have to know what you want and how to get it. I think that's pretty much like a summary of everything that's going on here.
Would you recommend this event to other professionals?
Oh, sure, why not? I mean, if it's been this helpful to me, I'm definitely sure it's going to be helpful to many other people. And I'm pretty sure there's so many more Cameroonians here who are into business and who would like to be in something like this. So many people think there's nothing in Cameroon, but I think there's so much we can do to help that country, and we really do need such meetings like this.
As a graduate student, a master's student, how does attending an event like the CPS Congress add value to you?
Okay, it does add value to me because of what I've learned. Okay, so whatever I learn here is what I'm going to be telling the next person. Okay, and as a graduate student, it makes me, it helps redefine my goals. It helps put me on track, knowing that, yeah, it's a good thing to go to school, it's a good thing to follow your dreams, it's a good thing to learn and to impact your world.
Which of the panel discussion has been beneficial to you, or you found the most interesting and rewarding?
Oh, well, unfortunately, I wasn't here from the start, but I came here with my friend from the Sandra. She's an artist, she acts, she's into movies and writing and all that. And I really did like what she talked about, encouraging people to follow their dreams. I mean, I'm also all about that. And Kenny Rich also did a great talk on that too, and the talk about the cuisine, the Cameroonian cuisine. I think that's really important because, like, right here in America, so many people really like, especially us Africans, we do like African food, but there are very few Cameroonian restaurants, if I should say so. So I think that was a good tip that she did there, because when we come here, we go out, there's this Nigerian cuisine that's dominating ours, and well, I think we have a lot more to offer. And I also did like the talk about the big entrepreneurs here who are also trying to do something back in Cameroon. I think that's also very good, sharing those ideas with other people so that they know how to get their feet on the ground and keep it going.
Thank you very much for attending the CPS Congress, and thank you for completing this interview.
Thank you too. It's my pleasure.
Attending the CPS 2014 Congress.
Thank you.
What is your name? Where are you from Cameroon, and your profession?
My name is Nkam Mangwa, Nkam, first name Mongwa, last name. I was born in Yaoundé, but I am originally from the great place of Pinyin in the Northwest Province.
What's your profession?
I practice nurse anesthesia by profession.
What is your takeaway from this event so far?
Like all previous events, I think the CPS Annual Congress is a great instrument in bringing together professional Cameroonians in the U.S. I think this allows an opportunity for us to network with each other, to know who we are, to see what resources we can bring together and serve the common good of our country.
Would you recommend this event to other professionals?
Absolutely. I think we need to try to get this information out to as many Cameroonians as we can in the U.S. and allow us to build ourselves, build a force in the U.S., which someday we can hopefully use to influence Congress to our benefit and influence the political process in Cameroon.
As a professional, how does attending an event like the CPS Congress add value to you?
How does it?
Add value to you.
Add
as a
value to me.
Yeah.
Well, coming here allows me, so far already I've gotten to hear a wealth of information about the country, which I didn't know about. I've gotten to meet a lot of other professionals, which has allowed me to network with them. And for me, it helps build because I know who to tap into, I know who to call, I know who to contact if I need to go a certain route.
You are one of the CPS donors. Why do you think it's important to donate to CPS?
Well, I have to say every organization, every institution functions thanks to people donating money. There is no institution that functions without financial capital, and CPS is made up of all volunteers, and because I believe in its mission, I find it relevant to donate to its cause.
Which of the panel discussions has been beneficial to you, or you found the most interesting so far?
So far, there's been a lot of talk on starting and doing business in Cameroon, the challenges to doing business in Cameroon. But I've also liked the fact that there have been some presenters who have talked about the successes of doing business in Cameroon, and the fact that Cameroon is Cameroon. You know, we can't wait for we can't wait for the grass to be green before we go start doing investments in Cameroon. So that was encouraging to hear.
Well, thank you very much for attending the CPS 2014 Congress here in Houston.
Thank you.
Thank you for completing this interview.
Thank you for your work.
Thank you very much for attending the CPS 2014 Congress. What's your name, where are you from Cameroon, and your profession?
My name is Kenny Rich Famanon, and I'm from Yaoundé, born and raised, specifically in the quartier of Mendon. And my profession is I'm a motivational speaker as well as a published author.
How do you spell your name?
Name is KennyRich Fomung.
What is your takeaway from this event so far?
God, I mean, I've been mesmerized by the event, specifically the speakers. You know, I remember yesterday listening to the newly appointed general manager of Janelle, you know, in Cameroon, and I think that, you know, he really inspired me with his confidence and composure and leadership experience. And I think this is exactly what we need to see out of Cameroonian leadership and professionals.
Would you recommend this event to other professionals?
Oh, absolutely. You know, I mean, I think that is having it come out here and send this for the first time and coming away with the impression that I've come away with, not only do I want to recommend this to other people, I certainly want to be more involved in the planning or, you know, preparation for such an event.
As a motivational speaker and an author, so as a professional actually in general, how does attending an event like this, you know, add value to you?
Well, I mean, I think that, you know, as professionals, we understand the importance of networking. And for me, for one, I've sold a number of books, you know, while I've been here, you know, as a result of the speech I gave yesterday. And I think that you're able to kind of, you know, show your craft to some extent when you speak, and whether as a keynote speaker or as a member of a panel, and just exchanging those ideas and networking, exchanging business cards, signed a couple of books. I mean, more than a couple. I think that's been really useful to me and valuable. So I really appreciate the opportunity.
Thank you very much for attending the CPS Congress, and thank you for completing that interview.
My pleasure.
Thank you for attending the CPS 2014 Congress. What's
You're
your
welcome.
name, where are you from Cameroon, and your profession?
Okay, my name is Dany, D-A-N-Y, Masado, M-A-S-A-D-O, and I am from Cameroon, obviously. And I'm a recent graduate I graduated in public health with a concentration in maternal health and infant mortality. Bamileke, so I'm from West Cameroon.
What is your takeaway from this event so far?
Oh my God. My takeaway is that we have a lot of potential as far as who and what and when things can be done for Cameroon. We have people doing so much and they don't get enough of a spotlight. It was just great to see all these people who are so dedicated to making Cameroon better, and meeting the new manager for Janelle and seeing how he has such a big vision for, you know, for Cameroon and all of that. So that I loved it.
Would you recommend this event to other professionals? And
oh my God, yes, absolutely. This is my third time coming here, and I've only missed the other ones because I couldn't afford a plane ticket. So if I could be here every year, I would. So I would definitely recommend it.
Which of the panel discussion was your favorite?
I think I absolutely loved the women in leadership. I mean, I'm just biased because I'm a woman. I really loved that, and the sisters who talked about the hospital, the cardiac center. I mean, that was unbelievable. So that was definitely my favorite.
How does this event add value to you?
Well, the networking first, because it's great to meet, you know, like-minded people who have the same passion for, you know, revolutionizing the lives in Cameroon, and also having the connection between the diaspora and the people back home, and seeing how we can collaborate. So yeah, that was it.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
For this interview. Thank you for attending the CPS 2014.
Of course, I'll be here next year.
All right, attending the CPS 2014 Congress. What's your name? Where are you from Cameroon, and what's your profession?
My name is Eric Tangumonkem, ERICTANGUMONKEM. I'm from Bamumbo. It's located in the Libya division, and I'm a geoscientist by profession, and I do exploration for Denbury resources.
What is your takeaway from this event so far?
I think it's been worth the time, the effort, and the energy to come here. It's been amazing, the ideas and the relationships and connections that I'm living with.
Would you recommend this event to other professionals?
I'm going to highly recommend it. Networking is key for all professionals, and it's been amazing. I mean, Robin showed us with the general manager of Janelle and many other professionals from Cameroon.
Go ahead.
So it's just been amazing, and any Cameroonian professional and anybody that cares about Cameroon and Africa, and even here, it's highly necessary for them to come, you know, interact with other professionals.
Which of the panel discussion has been beneficial to you, or you found was your favorite?
I think the presentation by the nurses from Shishong Hospital just stood out. The fact that they had an idea and they started talking about it, and they look for different stakeholders, and now they're doing something and actually touching and changing lives. It just resonates with what I'm all about. Seeing, speaking, believing, and acting upon our dreams, we become unstoppable, and we go to places.
Great. Thank you very much for completing this interview, and thank you very much for attending the CPS Congress. Thank you for attending the CPS
You're welcome.
2014 Congress.
My pleasure.
What's your name, where are you from Cameroon, and your profession?
So my name is Veronica Boussier, Veronique Veronie, Kuatse, Kuiatse, and Boussier, Bouicier. I'm from, I lived in Douala when I was in Cameroon, but my dad is from Bayangam, and both of my mom are from Bafang, so I'm 100% Bamileke. I'm proud of it. And I'm a mechanical engineer at Intel, and I'm very happy to be here.
What is your takeaway from this event so far?
This is my second year attending the CPS, and last year I was very amazed because that was the first time I attended an event where it was 100% Cameroonian and we just didn't focus on talking about food. Here, it has fulfilled all my expectations, so the issues were very guided to the problems that we have back home, and a lot of people were focusing on how we can help. So it's always good to hear that, and this year I'm actually very happy to have heard about the Small Business Administration. So those were great resources, and I made a contact, so that was fun.
Would you recommend this event to other professionals?
Absolutely. I think if you're Cameroonian or even African for that matter, this is a good event to come because it makes you aware that okay, we have our day-to-day jobs and we focus on making sure that we're good at our jobs, but there are other problems that we need to focusing on and making sure that we're helping people back home and so forth. So,
which of the panel discussions has been your favorite? Or
I specifically like the one about the education because I didn't know that. Well, I mean, this is what I knew about education in Cameroon is that Cameroon is one of the African country with the most literate people. So I was shocked to know that girls are struggling to go to school. I didn't think that. I just imagined that it was other African countries that was struggling with that. So it was an eye-opener to see that Cameroon was one of them. But and I liked the engineers that were in the panel and talking about the experiences. It's funny, we have the same and. Yes, that was my favorite one. Yeah.
As a professional, how does attending the CPS Congress add value to you?
Well, it's a good forum to see that we go through the same struggle in a professional environment. It's being an African and being a female in engineering. There are certain challenges that are just, unfortunately, to us, that even men cannot even understand when you're only female in a room and 40 engineers. One of the ladies in the panel was saying that boys, and I would actually go and say men, like to challenge you and just to make sure that you didn't get your engineering degree for free somehow. So that was fun. But as a professional attending this type of event, it's always good because you stay in touch with the community and you never forgot your roots. So.
Thank you very much for attending the CPS Congress, and thank you for completing this interview.
My pleasure.
Thank you for attending the CPS 2014 Congress. What's your name, where are you from Cameroon, and your profession?
It was a pleasure being here. My name is Lionel Toussé, Lionel Tousse. I'm founder and group CEO of Icon Prod, which is a global communication agency in Cameroon. I'm originated from Cameroon. Do you need to know the region? I'm a Buddha guy, so I love how do you call avocados? How do you say in English? Avocados? Yeah, so I'm from Buddha.
That's okay. That's what you're known for?
Yeah, we are known for that and pork.
What is your takeaway from this event so far?
I think for me the net takeout is that more than yesterday, Cameroonians are more concerned about their future, the future of their kids, and it's a point of reflection. And I believe once there's reflection, action follows, and this is my wish.
Would you recommend this event to other professionals?
I think it's necessary. I think it's necessary that diaspora, that we take a bit of time and let's share our various experience, because it is all a way for us to be more powerful. So for sure I will do it.
Which of the panel discussions at this Congress has been your favorite?
I think all of them were useful, but I must admit I was impressed and touched by the presentation of the sisters from Shishan, and I took the resolution to give and help.
As a professional and a business owner, how does coming to an event like this add value to you?
It's 4 or 5 years now I've decided to be beside the side of people we criticize. But I would like to, today, the time has come for us to contribute. I'm a leader of contribution. So coming here for me is a sort of contribution. But I'm among those people who believe once you contribute, you receive. So sharing with you guys, speaking with you guys, gives impact on what they're doing. And I think for me it's important.
Thank you very much for completing this interview, and thank you very much for attending the CPS Congress.
It was a pleasure. Hopefully we have it in Cameroon next year.
Thank you very much for attending the CPS Congress. What's your name?
My name.
Where are you from Cameroon, and your profession?
All right, my name is Paul, P-A-U-L, Miyem, M-I-Y-E-M. Well, actually, I just graduated my MBA in Human Resources Management with the Rita University. And actually, I'm an assistant in Human Resources Management at Standard Parking Plus. So, yeah, and I come from Cameroon.
What part of Cameroon did you say you're from?
Actually, I'm from Douala. Yeah.
What's your takeaway from this event so far?
Well, I was just doing my exercise at home, and then one friend of mine, she texted me like, hey, we have an event. Were you trying to be a volunteer for CPS? I say, yeah, why not? Because you know, I like to be volunteer every time. And I really appreciate the conference today because, you know, I learned a lot of CPS, and I met a lot of people, and I think it's really interesting.
Would you recommend this event to others, graduates and professionals?
Yeah, it's really important. I mean, it's really important for most African people, not just Cameroonian people, but African people, because when international students are involved after graduation, they're involved to get to have a new opportunity, career, you know, and they need to get more information about it, because actually I learned a lot today, and it's really important to, you know, let them know what I learned today and share with them this experience.
As a recent graduate student, how does attending this event add value to you?
Oh, well, I just learned how to build a resume today, for example. That's a good thing. I didn't know that. Sometimes I used to lie on my resume, but now, yeah, I'm honest. I have to be honest with people, but now I know what tips to do. You know, it's very important.
Thank you very much for completing this interview, and thank you very much for attending the CPS Congress. Thank you very much for attending the CPS Congress. What is your name? Where are you from Cameroon, and your profession?
My name is Lepsia Sakod, L-E-B-S-I-A, last name S-I-K-O-D. I'm from Balinyonga, but I grew up in Yaoundé, Cameroon, and my daytime job is a supply chain analyst.
You volunteered for CPS.
Yes.
Was volunteering for this event worth it to you?
I think it was worth it because getting to know and see what the event was all about, I think maybe it gave me a chance to further understand the organization and maybe pushed me to joining the organization. So.
Would you recommend this event to other professionals?
Oh, definitely will. It's a good networking event.
What is your takeaway from this event?
So far, I learned that, you know, you have potential and you meet people here. It was very, very surprising. There are a lot of us Cameroonians who don't even know there are different people doing different things out there. So it was definitely a good take.
Which of the panel discussion was your favorite?
I looked at the education, and obviously with education being something challenging in Cameroon, that's, you know, learning about all of that, that was a good take for me.
As a professional, how does attending CPS Congress add value to you?
As a professional, you see people who have gotten further in their careers, and it motivates you, and because they're from the same background with you, that motivates you to grow further.
Thank you very much for CPS interview with Congress.
Yeah.
What is your name, where are you from Cameroon, and your profession?
Okay, my name is Sylvester Nkongo. S-Y-L-V-E-S-T-E-R. Nkongo is spelled as N as in Nancy, K as in kite, O as in orange, N as in Nancy, G as in George, H as in hotel, and O as in orange. So I'm from Cameroon, and I am an industrial engineer by background. I am an author of about 4 books. I'm specialized in helping people get jobs. I'm the founder of a company called the Job Getting Formula.
What part of Cameroon are you from?
I'm from Manu, from Mamfe. The people will talk about the China. So
What is your takeaway for this event so far?
I must say I'm really, really impressed. I have hardly ever attended a Cameroonian event that is this grandiose, okay? So I'm really impressed about the organization, the commitment of the people and things like that.
Would you recommend this event to others?
I highly recommend that everybody should find a way to attend at least one CPS Congress, okay? Because this is where you have an exceptional breed of humans from Cameroon that are really making things happen in this part of the world.
As a professional and an entrepreneur, business owner, how does coming to CPS Congress add value to you?
I think the way it adds value is that you gain information, which is like the currency of today's information, and you get first-class information from the people themselves, so you don't get it through rumors. So most people make decisions based on things that they think are facts, which are not really facts. Okay, so at the end of the day, you make erroneous decisions. But when you come and get the facts from the horse's mouth, you can make reliable decisions.
Thank you very much for completing this interview, and thank you very much for attending this
Okay.
Avec